I'm getting ready to bake some eggs. Instead of hard boiling them over the stove, I'm going to put them into the oven. I'm going to dye some eggs. I want to cheer myself up a little bit, so I thought I'd do something that I haven't done since my son was a kid. I don't think I've made hard. I don't believe I've made uh, dyed Easter eggs in a long time. So I'm gonna put them into this uh, cupcake pan, and then I'm not gonna do 18. I'm gonna do 12. After that, we'll see what happens. So that's the first step. Keep you posted as I do them. Getting ready to put the eggs into the oven. You bake them at 350 for a half hour. When I dye my eggs, I'm going to use vinegar, boiling water, and I have some uh, food dye that I keep in my cupboard. Food coloring. I've had this up there quite a while. I think it's okay to use. I'm just going to use it to dye the eggs. I didn't bother buying one of those Easter egg kits because I don't really do this very often, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to have the energy to even dye the eggs today. So that's the way I'm going to do them. I also need to boil some water, so when the eggs come out of the oven, I'm going to follow the directions to dye my dozen eggs. I have my bowls laid out. This is where I'm going to pour my boiling water after my eggs are done. I'm going to add dye. I'm not sure what colors I'm going to do. I'm assuming I'm going to do each of the primary colors, and then on the back of the dye, they have how you can make the other colors like orange, raspberry, purple, jungle green, watermelon red, and teal. So I'll see what happens. I'll probably make at least some that are purple. I know I'm going to make some that are blue. So I have to figure out, for the 12 eggs I have, which colors I'm going to color every single one of them. Getting ready to take my eggs out of the oven. One of them busted open, so I guess I'm not gonna dye that one. I guess I'll eat that one right away. Maybe I'll make it with a piece of toast. There's some speckles on them. They said that happens sometimes when you bake them for whatever reason. I think that will just add character to the eggs when I dye them. But like I said, this one busted open. I don't know how that happened. I'm getting ready to add the vinegar to each bowl for my Easter eggs to dye them. The water is boiling in my little tea kettle. So you're supposed to add a teaspoon of vinegar to each of these bowls. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. Then you have to add a half a cup of water. So I'm adding the vinegar now, then I'm going to add the water. It's getting ready to boil. There's the vinegar. Not sure if you heard the tea kettle. That was a tea kettle boiling. And get ready to add the water now. It's a half a cup. Okay. Here's some blue. I'm gonna put 20 drops of blue food coloring into this first bowl. It won't squeeze out. Maybe, ooh. I think that's all I'm gonna get out of that one. And it stained my hands too. Ah, terrible. I think I got a little bit more blue. I don't think there's enough in that one. This is my blue dye. So I'm getting ready to put an egg into the blue dye. It said to leave the egg in there for 5 minutes, so maybe I should do 2 blue eggs. I might put another one in. So that's the blue. I'm gonna put another one. I'll probably put another blue one in and figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of them. I'm getting ready to put another blue egg. I just put the red dye into the vinegar and water. There's the purple. I just put the purple eggs in a few minutes ago, kind of like a minute ago. I also have, that's supposed to be yellow, but it looks like I got something in there. I don't know. It's hard to keep the colors separate. I'm using the spoon. I really didn't think this out very clearly, so I don't know. That's probably going to have a streaks of something in it. Green and then blue. The blue ones are probably ready to come out. So right now, let me put some red ones in. Okay, that's 2 red, 2 purple, 2 yellow, sort of, 2 green, and 2 blue. So I have 1 egg left to figure out when I'm gonna do this last egg. I guess since blue's one of my favorite colors, I'll make another blue one. And like I said, the 12th egg split open, so I can't use that one. Here's another. There. And there's all my eggs. I'll put them all in a basket. Once I'm done dyeing all these, they're all gonna be taken out in a few minutes. I'm gonna put them in a black basket and take a picture and show them to everybody. All right, I'm done with my eggs. Here you go. Those are my Easter eggs, all 11 of them. Again, I don't have an even dozen because one of them cracked when they were in the oven, so I ate that one with my lunch. So there you have it.